Om Aim Sarvadeva Devi Swarupaya Shri Ramakrishnaya Namaha. Most revered Swami Swatma Ramanandaji Maharaj, revered Swami Chandikanandaji Maharaj, respected elders, brothers and sisters, Om Namo Narayanaya. This evening, I would like to share a few thoughts with you on the topic Sri Ram and Sri Ramakrishna. It was the year 1886. The place was Kasipur Garden House. Sri Ramakrishna lay on his bed, weak and stricken with pain caused by his throat cancer. His beloved disciple Naren, whose mind was filled with doubt, gazed at the Master and thought, "People say that he is God, but how can that be if he is suffering so?" Immediately, reading Naren's mind, the Master replied, "He who was Ram and he who was Krishna is now Ramakrishna in this body." With these words, the Master touched Naren, and it was as if an electric shock ran through Naren's body. The Master had transferred all his powers to the young Naren, who would later become the great Swami Vivekananda. Instantly, Naren's doubts vanished, and he realized that Sri Ramakrishna was indeed an incarnation of God. An avatar or incarnation of God means when God descends to earth in a human form. The Lord declares in the Bhagavad Gita, "I am born in every age when righteousness declines and unrighteousness prevails." Though appearing as human, he is essentially divine. God chooses to undergo all the trials and tribulations of the human life. Sri Ramakrishna suffered the pangs of throat cancer, while Sri Ram suffered the pangs of separation from his beloved Sita. Through their sufferings, they taught valuable lessons to humanity. Sri Ram, the seventh incarnation of Lord Narayana, was the embodiment of dharma and righteousness. It is that when Shudiram, Master's father, went on pilgrimage to Gaya, he worshipped Lord Narayana. It is said that the Lord appeared in Shudiram's dream and told him that he will be born as his son. Shudiram protested, saying that he was too poor to look after the Lord. However, the Lord insisted, and shortly thereafter, Sri Ramakrishna, the incarnation of Sri Ram, was born to Shudiram and Chandramani. In the Ramayana, we find Sri Ram, the embodiment of truth. After he had given his word that he would go into exile, nothing could change his mind. He also forbade his father, King Dasharath, to break his promise to Queen Kaikeyi. We find the same steadfastness to truth in the life of Sri Ramakrishna, right from his boyhood until the very end of his earthly life. The Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna is replete with incidents whereby the Master adhered to truth, even under most so-called trivial of circumstances. To cite just one incident, once, Master had promised to visit Jaju Malik, a close devotee, on a particular day. But when the day arrived, the Master had completely forgotten. However, at 10 o'clock that night, Master suddenly remembered his promise. He immediately went to Jaju Malik's house. He stepped into the yard and shouted, "Jaju, I have come." And he left immediately. He had kept his promise. Sri Ramakrishna teaches us that by adhering to truth, one attains the supreme truth. Since his mind was always one with God, truthfulness permeated Sri Ramakrishna's thoughts, words, and actions. The Master once said, and I quote, "The world contains a mixture of truth and untruth. Discard the untruth and take the truth. Even those engaged in worldly activities, such as office work or business, should hold on to truth. Truthfulness alone is the spiritual discipline of the Kali Yuga. Dwell in the truth and you will realize God. Unquote. All incarnations come to re-establish the hallowed virtues of love, compassion, and selflessness. Their lives are shining examples for humanity. Sri Ramakrishna was no exception. He predicted the problems humankind would encounter, and he pinpointed selfishness as being the root cause. There are many instances in Master's life that proved his selflessness. Master had intentionally refrained from remaining in Nirvikalpa Samadhi, that is the highest state of spiritual realization, only out of compassion for humanity. He prayed the Divine Mother thus, "O Mother, spare me from that bliss. Let me live a normal life, as it is only then I can do good to the world." Once, Master scolded Swami Vivekananda, the young Naren, for expressing the desire to remain in Nirvikalpa Samadhi. He said, "Naren, you are small-minded. There is a higher state than that. Serve man, recognizing him to be the veritable manifestation of God. Serve Jiva as Shiva." Our Lord, Sri Ram, also embodied the same detachment and selflessness. Spurning the luxuries and comforts of the palace, he gladly gave up the throne and without a murmur of protest. He happily accepted his fate and went into exile to face 14 years of hardship. Mother Sita, the ever-dutiful wife, accompanied her Lord on his mission. Holy Mother, Sri Sharda Devi, came as the divine consort of Sri Ramakrishna. There is much evidence to indicate that our Holy Mother was really Mother Sita incarnate. Holy Mother closely guarded her divine nature, but on occasion she would slip her real identity. The following incident is an example. Once, Sri Sharda Devi, together with some devotees, went on pilgrimage to Rameshwaram. There, she saw the Shivaling, which Mother Sita had herself made for Sri Ram to worship many thousands of years earlier. Holy Mother was thrilled to see this and exclaimed in wonder, "Ah, it is exactly as I had left it." Devotees heard this comment and questioned Mother, but she quickly changed the topic. Once, Sri Ramakrishna was walking along the banks of the Ganga when a beautiful woman with a divine smile and soulful look walked towards him. Master wondered who she could be, as she looked like a goddess. No sooner had he realized who she was, the woman merged into him. The Master would later say that it was Mother Sita, and she had bequeathed her divine smile to him. Brothers and sisters, that is the divine smile that we see on Master's face in all the photographs and on the image in the altar. Every incarnation comes to fulfill the needs of the time. The ultimate aim of the Ram avatar was to kill the evil king Ravana and restore dharma and righteousness once again. In fact, Sri Ram rescuing Mother Sita and killing the evil king Ravana can be seen as a metaphor for Sri Ramakrishna rescuing Mother India from the evil clutches of Christian missionaries, conversions, and the denigration of Hindu dharma. While Sri Ram sent the valorous Hanumanji as his emissary to Sri Ramakrishna sent his ardent and foremost disciple, the great Swami Vivekananda, to carry the glorious message of Vedanta to the West. This roaring lion of Vedanta convinced Western audiences of the greatness of Hinduism and preached his master's message of the harmony of religions. And thus Swamiji saved India. The uniqueness of Sri Ramakrishna amongst all avatars and prophets today is that he was the only one who practiced various religions and realized that they all lead to the same divine being. Master consciously avoided going against any religious belief. He came not to create any new religion, but to teach people the essence of religions. During Sri Ram's exile in the forest, he encountered many beings who were cursed to live in different forms. They were told that they would attain liberation only when touched by Sri Ram. One such example was Ahalya, a sage's wife who was cursed to live as a rock until such time Sri Ram arrived at the hermitage and gave her liberation. Similarly, we find Sri Ramakrishna bestowing his love and compassion on drunkards, cheats, and liars. Girish Ghosh, Hazra, and Bindodani were a few individuals who took shelter at the Master's feet and attained liberation. Dear brothers and sisters, gleaning from the many incidents I have recounted, it stands to reason that Sri Ram and Sri Ramakrishna were one and the same. They may have come at different times and in different bodies, but their message was ultimately the same. It is perhaps fitting to conclude with a song Sri Ramakrishna once sang. Cherish love within your heart, abandon cunning and deceit. Through service, worship, and selflessness does Ram's blessed vision come. Hari Om Tat Sat.